a is negative 34 over 2, and we know that it is divisible by 2 because it is even. So any number that is even is divisible by 2. So we can quickly solve. That's negative 17. And the reason why is you can do long division. And you really don't need the negative right now. And we get 17, and then we put the negative back in. So negative 34 over 2, we can simply write it as negative and times 34 over 2, and 34 over 2 is just 17, and we put the negative back in, so negative 17. And we know that negative 17 is an integer because we understood last time that if an integer is basically a whole number that is negative, positive, or 0. So yeah, that defines an integer, and in this case, this number is negative and a whole number. So it is an integer. So negative 17 is an integer. It's also divisible by 2 because when we talk about divisibility, if a number is divisible by another number, so we can have a more general form. So number, let's just say a divided by number b is equal to what? Is equal to an integer. So we know, so if it fits this description, then we know that is an integer. So, for example, number A in this case is negative 34, and number B is 2, and we know that when we solve it or compute it, we get negative 17, which is an integer. So, if it fits the description, number B divides number A, then it is an integer, it computes to an integer, then we know that the following number B is number A is divisible by number B. Okay, so now we're going to move on to question B. So B is 51 divided by 4, and we're solving the following. However, we know that 51 divided by 4 is just 51 divided by 4. We can turn it into decimal, but we can't turn it into a whole number because it is simply not divisible by 4. So if you did 51 divided by 4, you would get 1, 4, 1, 1, 2, 3. So remainder 3. And you can solve even further and get 12.25. 75. So 75. 12.75. So you get 12.75. That is not a whole number, and that makes the solution not an integer. The result is not an integer. And if the result isn't an integer, that means 51 is not divisible by 4. So once again, the general form, number A, let's just say number A divided by number B is equal to an integer. This means that A is divisible by B. So if it fits this description and we plug all the numbers in, then we know that A is divisible by B. And it makes sense too. So if you think about it, we have, if it's a fraction, that means it's not really divisible because it's a weird number, and it's not an actual integer or whole number. And we can move on to number C. So number C, 78 divided by 4. Well, this has a possibility. However, let's try to simplify. So we can divide by 2 on both sides because they're both even numbers. So 39 over 2. And once again, after we do that, we can't divide any further. So 39 divided by 2 is equal to 19.5. And as you see here, we're doing long division. And as you see here, 19.5 is a decimal. So it's a decimal number, and it is not an integer because it is not a whole number. So simply 78 divided by 4, that means 78 is not divisible by 4.